Before you begin your trip, you should know.
Yeah, little ones, feel free to have them seated on your laps or the bench next to you. Whatever you choose now, that'll be your seat for the whole safari. If you're on the right, watch your hands, arms, feet, and legs. Doors will be sliding closed next to you now. Asante Sana Award. Asante Sana means thank you very much. That's Swahili. Now it's Monday. Monday means let's go. Alright, good afternoon. Welcome aboard, everybody. My name is Justin. I'll be your safari guide for this adventure into the Harambe Wildlife Reserve. Just a quick safety reminder before we get out there, we do need everyone to remain fully seated at all times, keeping your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the vehicle. Alright, well, we're going to get started in an area of the reserve known as the Little Hituri Forest. A lot of the creatures that make their home out in the forest, especially, will use markings or coloration to help them to blend in with their environment. That tends to be their first line of defense against predators, and it can make some of them a lot harder for us to find at times. So keep a sharp eye out and we'll see what we can see. Out in the distance to our left, there is a rhino out there, way in the back. That's just a glimpse of it. Let's see if there's any more out here, but that is a black rhino. They're typically more solitary and don't usually have much territory overlap with others. The black rhino, though, is one of 2 rhino species that we might get to see while out on the reserve, so maybe we'll get to see more rhinos later on. Now, there's a very large black and white bird over to our right, 2 of them actually. Those are saddle-billed storks. Pretty common to find in a pair, as they are thought to mate for life. And deep in the brush to our right, there are some antelope known as bongos. Oh, and some greater kudu, 2 different antelope species. The greater kudu are the more tan-colored ones without horns. Bongos back there, more of an orangish-brown color with vertical light-colored stripes on their sides and horns that angle backwards. Now, these greater kudu not having horns indicates that they are female. Males will grow horns. Their horns grow in a long, loose spiral that can reach about 6 feet in length. We are making our way towards the edge of the forest. We'll be heading through the Safi River system to get there. While we make our way through here, you'll want to keep an eye in and around the water to see what creatures might be out here. Now, we might find some hippos. Though hippos are nocturnal, so they're going to sleep and rest for most of the day. Typically, they sleep mostly, if not fully, underwater. That might make them a little bit harder to find. I do see a lot of pelicans up ahead in the water and on the far shore. Those pelicans look a bit gray, but they're actually known as pink-backed pelicans. They get a bit of a flush to them. That shows through the feathers on their back especially. Well, may not seem to be any hippos here at first glance, but you gotta look underwater. They can stay down under the surface for several minutes at a time. Even when they're moving through the rivers, while they are able to swim, they find it easier to sink down to the bottom and walk along the riverbeds. There's one down by this little island. Oh, there's more over here. Yeah, there's one on the island, a couple more down in the water by the waterfalls. Oh, and as we cross this bridge over to our left, there are some Nile crocodile down there in the water and on the shore. The Nile crocodile, the largest species of crocodile in Africa, They can reach lengths around 15 feet in height. Well, they are reliant on external factors to help them regulate their body temperature. So on a cold day like today, they're going to lay out in the sun, using that sunshine to warm up. If they get a little too hot, they'll probably open up their mouth. That'll help them kind of release a little bit of heat around their head. Make sure their head doesn't overheat too much. Alright, well, we are making our way out of the dense forest area and on to the more wide open savanna. The savanna is the largest portion of our reserve. So we'll be out here for pretty much the rest of our safari. Along the way, we might find some of the more famous, easily recognized animals like giraffe, and maybe some zebras. But there's a lot more than just them out here. And we never really know who all we're going to find until we're out here. Some animals way out in the distance, so alright, we'll make our way over in their direction. In amongst the trees out to our right, though, there are some animals known as Ankole cattle. They have some pretty massive horns. We'll get a bit closer to them in a second. Over to our left, those are African painted dogs. Painted dogs, they're so cute. They've got big ears and fluffy white tails. They are not house pets. They are very successful hunters. Their success rate in hunting is greater than that of lions and hyenas. So when they set out to catch prey, it is very likely that they are going to do so. They are a very tight-knit pack animal. That's part of what makes them so successful in hunting. And when they catch prey, they make sure their entire pack gets a chance to eat, including the very young or very old of the herd. Over here to our left, there's a giraffe and some zebra and some sable antelope. Well, there are different species of giraffe and zebra. One of the ways to tell them apart is by looking at the patterns and markings that they have on their coats. Those zebra are Hartmann's mountain zebras. They have a white underside, and stripes get thicker and further apart towards the back legs. Giraffe back there has a rough, jagged edge to its spots. Helps identify it as a Maasai giraffe. And while they will all have those broader similarities to their markings, each one's pattern is unique to the individual. Kind of like a fingerprint. Now the sable antelope back there, they have a beautiful dark brown coat. Pair of slender, curved back horns. Those horns end at a nice sharp point, making them very good tools for defense, even against predators that might try jumping up on their backs. And unlike a lot of other antelope who will turn and flee at the first sign of danger, the sable antelope are typically more inclined to stand their ground and defend themselves. Now, in the large clearing up ahead to our right, there are some tiny antelope known as springbok. The springbok are definitely ones that will flee at the first sign of danger. They can reach speeds around 50 to 60 miles an hour. They'll also spring up into the air around 9 to 13 feet off of the ground. No more giraffe over this way. There's also some wildebeest. Those are the grayish colored animals. Wildebeest, they're pretty well known for their migration. They'll travel sometimes over 1,000 miles, mainly in search of water during the long drought periods the savanna experiences. Laying down on this hill to our right, there's a large tan-colored antelope. That is an eland. The eland are one of the largest antelope species. They can reach about 6 feet tall at the shoulder. That's nowhere near as tall as giraffe, though. The giraffe can reach heights around 18 to 20 feet tall. Even a newborn giraffe is going to be taller than a lot of other animals. They start off life already at around 6 feet tall. A group of giraffe, that's quite appropriately known as a tower.
Oh, that's a huge.
As we follow this pathway a little bit deeper into the savannah, we are coming up into elephant territory. So let's see if we can find some elephants out here. Now, they are the largest land animals. They can reach weights around 13,000 pounds. So hopefully if there are any out and about, they should be pretty hard to miss. Now, they will cover a very large territory. So sometimes it can take a little bit of searching to find where they might be at. They're going to cover a very large territory, in part because they need to be able to find a lot of food. It's estimated one elephant can consume around 4 to 6% of its body weight in food in just one day. There's one, and he's eating. And the larger ones, they'll eat several hundred pounds of food a day. When you combine their massive appetites with farmers increasingly setting up farms in the path of elephant migration, there has been a bit of human-elephant conflict over the years. Though that conflict has been helped a bit by some research that Disney conservationists are involved in, thanks to the Disney Conservation Fund. That was into how elephants communicate. They learned that elephants have a unique call that they'll use to warn each other about bees. They are not a fan of bee stings. They typically avoid any areas where bees are found. So, using that information, they were able to develop beehive fences. The beehives at the perimeter of farmland will work as a very effective deterrent for elephants without causing them any harm or disrupting the environment. That benefits farmers additionally with some pollination from those bees, and with another source of income with the honey that the bees produce. Looks like there might be even more elephants out ahead on the left. There's at least one more out there. Circle around these trees, and that should give us a little bit clearer view of him. Oh, I think I see a little one over by this watering hole. Let's hurry on over there. What a cutie. That one's probably about 2 years old. Little is definitely a relative term, though, when it comes to elephants. A newborn elephant can already weigh a couple 100 pounds. That one's probably already over 1,000. Up ahead in this little pond, there are some flamingos. These are greater flamingos. They're the largest species. Typically, they'll be the lightest pink as well, which they are well known for their pink color. That is not something that they hatch with, though. When they're young, they're more of a grayish white, but their diet contains a very high concentration of carotene, things like the brine shrimp that they eat. All that carotene ends up causing them to turn pink. Well, we've definitely found some more rhinos. They're right next to our pathway on the left here, hanging out by this mud pit. Oh, these are... Oh, please don't make any noises at them. These are a different species of rhino than the one we caught a glimpse of earlier. These are white rhino. Now, white rhino can reach weights in the 5,000 to 6,000 pound range. They can have very wide mouths, which are well suited to grazing on the grass of the savanna, which is different than the black rhino we saw earlier. That one will have a pointed upper lip, because it lives in the forest. It uses that pointed upper lip to kind of grab onto brush and vegetation and pull into its mouth to eat. But the rhinos in general all like to visit mud pits like this one. They'll wallow around in the mud in order to cool down on the hotter days. And having mud on their skin will have many benefits for them, including acting as a bit of a sunblock. They have thick skin, but they're still susceptible to sunburn. Out here to the left, just past those red boulders, there are some cheetahs laying down relaxing. Cheetahs, they are the fastest land animals. They can reach speeds over 60 miles an hour in as little as about 3 seconds. While they are a larger species of cat, unlike other big cat species, cheetahs can't actually roar. They'll hiss and purr. They also make kind of a chirping noises. Really cute to listen to. Oh, there's another one. Another couple of them. Oh, but over here on this large rock formation, there's some big cats that definitely can roar. The base of the rock to the left, there are some lions. They're just laying down, snoozing away right now. A lion's roar can be heard from around 6 miles away under the right conditions. One of those conditions would have to be that they're not sleeping. They will spend around 16 to 20 hours out of every day, sleeping and resting. Now they tend to sleep away the daytime hours. They'll be most active at night. During the summer, they want to avoid being active during the hottest parts of the day. But also at night, a lion's eyesight is about 5 times better than a human's eyesight at night. Oh, more rhino out in the distance to our right, as well as some ostriches. The ostriches are the largest species of bird. While they do have wings, they are flightless. They are very fast runners, though. They can run at around 30 to 40 miles an hour. So they're not going to just stick their head in the ground if they're frightened. They'll either run away, or they could even defend themselves with a good, strong kick. There's a lot of burrows over here on the left. There may be some warthogs in the area. They'll dig out the burrows like the ones down there, using their tusks. They back in. Covers up most of their bodies while leaving tusks out to protect them. I didn't see any, but they might still be down there. Get a little bit better view of the ostriches over from this angle. I see something on the ground up ahead to our right. It looks like the ostriches might have laid some eggs. Oh wait, oh, and there's the warthogs over there on the left. Now the ostriches, being the largest species of bird, will lay the largest eggs of any bird. One of their eggs weighs the same as around 2 dozen chicken eggs. Alright, well now we are entering the Magadi Glen. Out here, the warden has a little outpost that they've set up with an area to keep some Nigerian dwarf goats. They're cute little creatures. They look like they may still be kids, but these are full-grown adults. They are very friendly social animals. And if you were to hop on the Wildlife Express train over to Rafiki's Planet Watch and Conservation Station, you'd find they have a little affection section or a petting zoo out there where you can go up and pet some goats like these and some other domesticated creatures too. While you're out at the Planet Watch, you can also check out the animation experience, learn to draw an animated animal character. It's also where our veterinary clinic is located. That vet's area has an observation window, so if they're performing checkups or procedures on our animals, you're able to watch that section. On that note, though, this does about bring our safari to a close. Though your animal sightseeing adventures don't have to end here. As soon as you exit the safari, you'll be near the entrance to the Gorilla Falls Exploration Trail. That's a self-guided walking trail. Typically lasts around 15 to 20 minutes, depending on your pace. As the name implies, there is an area out there where you might find some gorillas, as well as a whole bunch of other awesome African animals. Well, as we make our way back towards the edge of the village, that'd be a good time to start gathering up all of your personal belongings. Before you go, make sure you take one last look around your road, just to make sure that nothing's fallen out of any bags or pockets along the way. Oh, and if we have any wilderness explorers on board, you're going to want to know that you've been traveling on board the Simba 1. That is Simba, S-I-M-B-A, like the lion, and the number 1. Now, if you're looking for more animal sightseeing opportunities after the Gorilla Falls Trail, there's another walking trail. One was just a short hike on over into Asia. Now, that one is the Maharaja Jungle Trek. Being over in Asia, you'll get the chance to see some different Asian animals, including possibly some Komodo dragons, maybe even some Sumatran tigers. Hope y'all will go well. Enjoy the rest of your day here at Disney's Animal Kingdom or wherever else your adventures take you. Get a chance to come back by again sometime though. No two safaris are ever going to be the same. Animals definitely make sure of that for us. Oh! On the right, watch your hands, arms, feet, and legs. Doors are opening. Please watch your step down as you exit. Waharini, everybody.